Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Out of Boston here, aka the King of Boston, and today we have round 2 of the playoffs against the Chicago Bulls, and you see we're simulating up until elimination games. We go up 2-0. The Bulls are coming back. It's 2-2 now, and now it is 3-2. So we are going to be playing in Game 6, a win-or-go-home type of game for the Detroit Pistons. Backs against the wall, 2 seed versus the 3 seed. And this is going to be in Chicago. This is going to be an extremely hard game. And I can promise you guys that the end of this video is probably some of the craziest basketball that at least I'm not going to say for you guys. But for me personally, it's probably the craziest ending that I've seen, at least, or I've played in any 2K in a while. But anyway, going up against the Chicago Bulls. So just like last round, we're simulating until the first elimination game. And that is Game 6 as we are down 3-2, as I said before. Just coming off of a sweep of the number 7 seeded Brooklyn Nets. If you guys missed that, Game 4 of that series, that was the first elimination game of that series, was posted yesterday. It was the first elimination game. We were up 3-0, and we ended up sweeping them. So, very easy series for the Pistons. We won Game 7 pretty well, actually. Pretty not handedly. I think we kind of pulled away towards the end, and then they kind of closed in to a certain degree. But anyway, that's besides the point. So Derrick Rose now with the ball is going to give it to Carlos Boozer, and Boozer puts it in for 2. So playing in Chicago, obviously this place has a ton of history. MJ's Bulls winning 6 championships in the 90s, and then the recent emergence of this team as a threat in the Eastern Conference with Derrick Rose, and even before that when they had Ben Gordon and who else was on those teams? Brad Miller was on those teams back in the like 2008, 2009ish, kind of before Rose, asserted himself as an elite player in the NBA. But anyway, Carlos Boozer puts in the slam there, so the Bulls are getting out to an early 8-3 lead. Rose now with the ball is going to find Luol Deng, the former All-Star, who I really didn't think should have got in last year, but anyway, nonetheless, he was an All-Star, and he's a pretty good player. He's a great defender, good scorer. Certainly, he's really helped the Bulls in Derrick Rose's absence so far this year. But Brandon Knight for 3, that's going in. Brandon Knight is absolute cash from 3. Now he's bringing the ball up. Knight is going to pull up for 3 once again, and that's going to go in. So we're cutting the lead to 3 now, kind of back and forth to start the game. You're going to notice that this is going to end up being a pretty close game. Look at Iman Shumpert, though, on the cut. Great pass by Greg Monroe. Exceptional passer for a big man in real life and in this association. But you're going to notice that this was really, no one really pulled away at any point, quite honestly. It was pretty close throughout. I think the Bulls are probably going to get up to like a 6 or 7 point lead, but it's going to be closed down towards the end of the game, as you're going to see in a bit. But anyway, so it's 22-19 now. Shabazz Muhammad with the ball. I believe last time we played the Bulls, he made Kirk Hinrich fall. But this time he's going to dish it off to Dwight Howard, who's going to get the easy layup right there. As you can see, if you checked it closely or whatever in the bottom left, it said Dwight Howard's season and playoff averages were the exact same for his points and assists, 18.6 points and 1.0 assists. But anyway, Dwight Howard, man, that guy has quickly become one of my favorite players in the NBA, which is very weird because maybe it's because he was always on the Magic and I was never a big fan of the Magic. But even though he's having probably one of his worst years in a while, I just love watching him play. I mean, the whole lack of hustle thing with the Lakers, like I kind of see where it's coming from. But I really like Howard's hustle. I think he is trying. I think that he's just fun. He's fun to watch. I mean, he's huge too. I mean, that guy's really buff. But anyway. It's really fun to watch, and it's fun to use on my association. It's kind of quickly become one of my favorite players. But anyway, Shumpert now, off the dribble, off the bounce, is going to get into the lane for the dunk. He's got 10 points already. So I mentioned it before, towards the end of the regular season, Iman Shumpert is really starting to show up as a scoring option for this team. And that's a good thing because, we haven't really found the consistency from Nicholas Batum that we were looking for in trying to replace Rodney Stuckey, but Iman Shumpert's really become, honestly, maybe not as good of a scorer as Nicholas Batum, but he's become a lot more consistent, and that's what I need. I mean, Shumpert can give me 10 to 15 points a night on any given night, and I really like that about him. And then obviously I brought him over here because of his defense. So anyway, look at Taj Gibson though with the one-handed slam, and the Bulls right now have a 9-point lead. They're starting to pull away a little bit, but we're kind of keeping them within distance, I don't know what the word would be, but I'm going to find Harrison Barnes here. Harrison Barnes is another guy who hasn't been too consistent, but he's going to get the nice layup to go there. He's actually going to end up having a solid game. But 50-41 now, 52-43. Still a 9-point lead. Rose with the ball is going to find Kirk Hinrich. And Kirk Hinrich, man, that guy's been solid all year for the Bulls in real life. I forget who said it. It was on ESPN, though. But he said that you really can't look at Kirk Hinrich's contributions through the stat sheet And I have to agree with that. You know, he's really helped manage that offense, really helped manage that team, quite honestly, until Derrick Rose comes back, which will hopefully be soon for all Bulls fans. But anyway, we go into the half down by 7, 56-49. The Bulls are just 20 minutes away from eliminating us from the playoffs, and that would be huge. But anyway, Batum now on the break is going to come down. He's looking for Iman Shumpert, and Shumpert's going to put that one up and in. And now, as you can see, 58-51, Luol Deng to Taj Gibson for the slam. We wouldn't slam that in, of course, and won the layup. That was pretty nice right there by Taj Gibson. A lot of people think Taj Gibson started with Carlos Boozer in Chicago. I kind of thought that coming into the year, but man, Boozer's had a really nice year so far, and honestly is at least deserving of consideration for an All-Star bid. Although by the time this video goes up, the All-Star reserves will be announced, but I'm recording this Thursday night, hoping that my boys Steph Curry and David Lee get in. That'd be awesome. But anyway, that's besides the point. Dwight Howard with the poster. Man, you know, he's so athletic. It is just pretty remarkable that a guy his height can be that athletic. But anyway, obviously, I mean, he's not the best athlete of all time out of the center position, but still pretty crazy. Anyway, Derrick Rose for 3. Man, the Bulls are really waiting for that guy to get back. He's, you know, I've forgotten about him, honestly, just how good he was. You know, it seems like whenever people talk about the best point guards in the league, they kind of leave Derrick Rose out now just because everyone's sort of forgotten about him. But, man, when he comes back, he's going to be fun to watch. Hopefully he can still develop that outside jumper a little bit. It's been a little bit more consistent of recent, but still needs to work on it a little bit. Cody Zeller, man, whenever I need a quick 2 points, Cody Zeller in the post, he is so solid down there. You know, I doubt he'll ever take the reins as a starter over Greg Monroe and Dwight Howard. In fact, in the coming years, we're probably going to have to look to trade him, quite honestly, just because he should be starting somewhere. And, you know, it's not really, I mean, I don't blame myself for drafting him because I drafted him before Dwight Howard, but who saw that Shabazz Muhammad deep through there? Jesus. Anyway, it's after Muhammad laced that one up and in. It is a 4-point game now. We've actually taken the lead, and it's 79-75 now, but Derrick Rose drives in and gets the and one dunk. Really impressive there from Derrick Rose, showing that athleticism. But Luol Deng now to Rip Hamilton. Hamilton's going to try and go to work, doing what he does best, trying to score the ball, and he's going to do that. So they cut the lead to 1 once again, 83-82. And, man, Rip Hamilton, he's been pretty solid for the Bulls. You know, they obviously need a shooting guard, or they needed one going into last year, and he was hurt, but, you know, when he's healthy, he's a good player. And I think that he's going to have a good... he's already had a decent year this year. I think he's going to continue it. But anyway, Derrick Rose there with the layup puts the Bulls up by 2. But I'm looking at Harrison Barnes all the way up the court, and Barnes slams that one home. 89 all. Crazy, you know, sequence right there from these two teams. And Barnes with the and one dunk has a chance to put the Pistons up by 1 with just over 6 minutes left to play. Shrugging the dust off his shoulder or whatever. Dustin, I don't know. But Brandon Knight for 3. He is so money from there. But anyway, 99-93 now. We got the ball once again. Brandon Knight, he's going to put us up by 9. And the Pistons are starting to pull away. But you can't count out the Bulls yet. 105-93 now. Rose to Joakim Noah, who has quickly become one of the best centers in the NBA. Great defender, great passer. But look at Dwight Howard up the floor. Dwight Howard with the one-handed slam. And we go back up by 12 with just over 3.5 minutes left. Looks like we might be going back to Detroit for a Game 7. But now, Pistons up by 2. But that's not going to stop Derrick Rose, although he's going to miss. Joakim Noah on the offensive boards, though. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Joakim Noah. Not really his personality. He seems like he just kind of gets in a bunch of fights with everybody. But then again, so does KG. So anyway, Rip Hamilton with the 2. And now the lead is down to 6. The Bulls are lurking. Derrick Rose, the wide open mid-range jump shot. He's not going to miss that. Come on, it's Hall of Fame. Seriously. 112-108. But now it's 113-108 after Dwight made 1 of 2 free throws. He's going to give it to Carlos Boozer. Boozer's going to make the mid-range jump shot. It's a 3-point game. So we make 2 free throws. So now Hamilton, he's going to hit the 3. It's a 2-point game. I'm going to try and inbound it quickly to Brandon Knight. But Derrick Rose on the steal. Derrick Rose puts it up. It's a tie game. We're going into overtime. What a crazy sequence. The Pistons went from being up by 5 with 8.5 seconds left to Rip Hamilton hitting 3. And then, man, the inbound steal, that was just absolutely crazy. One of the craziest things I've ever seen happen in 2K. But anyway, we need to get on to this overtime. So it's 121-119 now. Derrick Rose with the ball. He's going to go around the screen from Joakim Noah, and he's going to try and get the layup. He's going to get that one to go. So 123-119. Pistons are down by 4. Need to get something going. Shumpert puts it up. He's going to miss it. But Dwight Howard, so good on those offensive boards. Just, I love that guy on our team. I'm so glad that we signed him. So we're down by 2 now. Brandon Knight with the ball. He's going to lob it up to Batum. And we tie the game. Batum with 15 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. So now 125 all. Brandon Knight with the ball, a chance to try and take the lead. The screens come. Brandon Knight's going to try and drive in. He sees Howard. Howard puts it up, and the Pistons go up by 2. The Detroit Pistons have taken the lead. They're 7.8 seconds away from forcing a Game 7. Derrick Rose with the ball, top of the key, trying to go to work on Shumpert. Rose misses the layup, but Joakim Noah is there on the offensive boards. The Bulls tied the game. Brandon Knight with 1.8 seconds left. He's not going to be able to do anything, as you can see. And we are going into double overtime here in Chicago. Crazy game. Absolutely insane. I had so much fun playing this. But anyway, Greg Monroe with the ball now, trying to jab step, go to work, triple threat. He's going to pull up. He's going to do an up and under move. And he's going to get that one to go. So 129, 127, now 131, 129, still up by 2. Brandon Knight's going to go around the screen. He's going to look for Dwight Howard on the cut. And Howard with the two-handed slam. That's absolute money. Dwight Howard, so good around the rim, so athletic, as I mentioned. He's going to get that one to go every time. So we go up by 4, I do believe. And as you can see, just, Sprite Slam Cam. Dunk intensity, 57, but that really does not do him justice. He can really slam it hard. But Rip Hamilton now is going to get the nice little, was that like a 10-foot jump shot, like a 5-foot jump shot or something crazy like that? Who knows? But anyway, 133, 131. Now the dish to Hamilton on the break, and the Bulls have tied it up. And looks like could be headed for a triple overtime possibly, but Shumpert now is going to give the ball to Greg Monroe in the post. Monroe is going to try and get something going. Monroe is so crafty in the post. He's going to up, and he's going to go under. Absorb the contact, use that finisher signature skill, and put that one in. So 137 to 135. Knight to the rim. He's looking for somebody. He's going to give it to Monroe, who's going to once again up and under. Monroe really coming up big for us in this second overtime with 16.7 rebounds and 5 assists. Now Luol Deng needs to get something going for his team. He puts up the 2. It's good. 139, 137, and now we would make 2 free throws, so it's 141, 137, but the Bulls could not get anything going, so we are going to end up winning this game 141 to 137. We're going to force a Game 7. You can see the Pistons very happy right now, and, that's really all I have to say for that. So anyway, we're going to take a look at the post-game stats as we do head out here. Incredible game. Absolutely crazy. Had so much fun watching, and even had some fun commentating. But anyway, of course, I love commentating. But anyway, you can see, look at that. Dwight Howard, 10-11 from the field. He was insane. I think we had 7 or 8 guys in double figures. I think 7 guys in double figures. That's pretty crazy, although it's kind of what we average. But anyway, it's pretty much going to wrap it up for me. So I thank you guys for watching. Hope you did enjoy, and so I'm out. Peace.